Hi everybody, welcome to week 6. So, these are the objectives for this week. Examine cognitive development patterns and individual learning styles. Analyze one's personal learning style and implications for personal study and teaching. Explore the implications for having learners with diverse learning styles in one class. Explore other forms of diversity as they affect learning. So those are some pretty kind of hefty objectives for this week. So our DQs talk about learning style. If you don't know your learning style already, you'll discover it this week, and we'll talk about those for a little while. I've been in school forever and ever, and I think I can accommodate to pretty much any learning style right now. You might feel the same way. And then Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's so many things that affect one's readiness to learn as we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. One of the ones that I just want to bring up is the classroom environment. I think this might be discussed a little bit in the written lecture this week. One of the favorite places that I taught on ground was at a place called Roseman University, and it's their campus in Utah. And each classroom, it's classroom in the round. The instructor is in the middle, and then he or she actually has a jumbotron over their head. So I could put something, I could have PowerPoints up there, I could put something on an overhead, kind of a projector type thing up there, I could play videos up there, whatever. And then the seats were all around the instructor, but the seats were only 6 feet deep. So I felt like I could really connect with the individual students. And then surrounding this classroom were breakout rooms. So you could do small group learning. You could you could break people into groups and have them work on projects. And in each group room, there was a table and chairs, a whiteboard, markers, that sort of thing. So it was a great learning environment for being close and upfront to your students, for dialoguing, case studies, all sorts of things like that. Everybody could see with this jumbotron, and I could do small group activities. So that was one of my favorite places to teach. So if you teach on ground in any setting, hospital, academia, whatever, take a look at the environment that you have. Is there anything you can do with the environment to make it more conducive to the students being ready to learn? How do you arrange the tables and chairs? How do you set up the temperature of the environment? Do you have any control over the sound in the environment? All those little things make a difference when you're trying to get information across to people. Let's see, the other thing I want to talk about is it can be helpful to you to identify your students' learning styles, like maybe having them do a learning style inventory before your class. In my personal experience, I find that I always have a variety of styles in my classroom. I've never had a classroom where there's just kind of folks with one predominant learning style. And so I try to accommodate all of those different types of students. So I'm going to include 2 articles. One is about incorporating active learning strategies in the online environment, and you'll see some of those that are very familiar from GCU. And then one about active learning strategies in the on-ground setting, just to give you a little bit of flavor of some of those, because it's no longer acceptable to just stand up front, read your PowerPoints, or lecture for 2 hours and not have interaction with your students. We know that's not the most effective way to teach, that the more we engage our students, the more they're going to retain the information. All right, so I think that is everything for this week. Again, really interesting topics. We could spend weeks and weeks on these topics, but we only have 1 week, so we'll do the best we can. All right, I'll go ahead and attach the articles, and I'll see you in the main forum.